Well, I got a new toy today. Carburetor synchronizer, 4-gauge set. Comes with all the hose you need and 4 gauges. These little vacuum valves to steady the needle. I'll show you why in a little bit. Each one has a separate one. Comes with brass tubes and a washer, O-ring, to make a seal. Those go in here. You got a little Phillips head screw on the intake. Take the tube. I put the long one. There's 2 long and 2 short. I don't know why there's 2 really long ones. I guess because it's universal. Thread it in there. It's got a little O-ring on the end. Thread it down snug. This hose goes on there. I'll have to set the camera down to do that. Goes right on there. Make sure you steady that tube when you put the hose on, because you don't want it snapping off in the inside there. Okay, so I have that one on. A little WD-40 sprayed on the tube and on the hose will help slide it on. Same thing with those fittings, because the hose is pretty tight fitting on here and on the valve. So I've got it on number 4, which is the left rear as you're sitting on the bike. Number 2 is left front. Always while you're sitting on the bike is how you reference the bike. Number 3. And number 1. So I've labeled the gauges. 3 being our reference gauge. I'll explain that in a bit. So 3 down to 3, right here. 1, 4, and 2. And what you want to do when you're syncing all 4 carburetors is number 3, that's your right rear carburetor, doesn't have an adjustment like the other carburetors do. And here is the adjustment for carburetor number 1. And on the other side, here's the adjustment for carburetor number 2. And then here's the adjustment which balances the left side to the right side. So what you want to do Okay, so now when I start it, you'll see that the needles are going to be fluctuating quite a bit, and that's what the little valves are for. You want to close those slowly so that fluctuation is just barely fluctuating. You want to make sure you didn't turn the vacuum off completely. You want to make sure it's just bouncing just a slight amount. So what we're after is number 3 is your reference carburetor. See, number 3 doesn't have an adjustment. There is no adjustment for syncing, so that's the one we use for reference. Number 1, however, does have an adjustment. Okay? And number 2 has an adjustment. You'll see an adjustment for number 4, but what that's for is to balance the left carburetors to the right